Okay, so we're going to go back over here. We're going to disable that. And then I'm going to select my MIDICON. Okay, so now my next thing is I want this to select a page. So let's do this the other way around, right? Instead of actually programming it by clicking a button, I'm actually going to tell it manually. And let's say page, and I want it to select a page. So I click on that. Okay. And we'll just kind of leave it like that. And then I'm going to uncheck select a page because I actually wanted to tell which page to select. So I want it to be for my master. Yes, master. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to click on number 2. I'm going to, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. You can do that and then you can select other fixtures. But for craps and giggles, we're going to go to page number 2. You're going to notice there's nothing there. Then you go to page 1, and it's something there. Now, the same thing applies for these, because this is channel 1 to page 1, okay? Channel 2, this one now is, you know, being controlled by the second one, so there it is there. Okay, so again, these are by page. So this is page 1, channel 1, page 2, channel 1. So they are respective. So again, you have tons of faders. You have 8 faders here times 16 pages. Anyway, so we're back on page 1. We're going to right click here. Then we're going to select a page. Disable. We don't want selected page. And we're going to choose Inno Color Beam. So now when I click 1, or it goes back and forth between the master and the Innos. Yay, super exciting. Okay. But now let's go back to the Innos here, which are on page 2, right? And you see right here, let's go to the page tab, and we got dimmer. So we're going to right click, link to console, page dimmer function, and we're going to choose this. So now, page 1, slider 2, which is our Innos, controls that. Exciting. If we went to a second one, let's say the second one is for like Vizzies, you'll notice it doesn't control that anymore because that's now for a different light. Yay! Okay, last thing to show you. This I was upset about, and then I found a workaround. You'll notice here, let's say we have these moved all the way up, right? A certain show. Okay, all the LEDs are lit up to let us know they're activated. That's actually kind of cool. We go to page 2. They reset. Not a big deal, you know, obviously, because they're on the bottom there. But then what happens is I have to bring them all the way down to the bottom to reset them back. So let's say I want them all, you know, have them all the way up top. I have all these lights on, you know, full levels or whatever I want. Okay. Then I go back to page 1 and it reset it all back, which is stupid if you have multiple. I hated that. I'm like, that's stupid. So how do you fix that? Okay. Because you're like, well, crap. Then that means that, you know, these aren't really too usable in a live application setting. Wasn't thrilled about it. It's great for certain theatrical applications, no fun. So, what do? Well, we're going to go here, and we're going to go to Software Preferences. Check this out. Love it. We're going to go to Output Hardware. It is very important that everything is all the way down, because if it isn't, it's going to screw you up. So make sure everything's down. All your LEDs should be off. Now, we're going to go to MIDI Setup. MIDI input, receive from all MIDI devices. If you are on Windows XP, it's not going to say MIDICON. It'll say like GS audio device or something like that. Just freaking select everything. MIDI output, send to all MIDI devices, right? This wavetable synth, yeah, that's also the MIDICON. So you want MIDI input and MIDI output. Now, what is this saying? This is now saying to CompuShow that the MIDI device, which is MIDICON, is going to send a MIDI signal back in. We're going to click OK. Oh, and by the way, on certain computers, like for example on mine, the GS device may also be triggering MIDI notes. If it is, then only select MIDICON, okay? Otherwise, select everything. Now, you'll notice as I move these, the LEDs don't light up anymore. Sorry. If there's a way to fix it, we'll figure it out one way or another. I'm not really concerned about the LEDs. I can see whether these things are up or not. But again, let's say here we have, you know, on page 1, we haven't moved up. We're going to go to page 2. And in this page 2, let's say is our par cans. We have them all the way up. I go to page 1. It remembered those settings. Obviously, as soon as you move it, it'll jump back up. But that's fine. That's to be expected. That's with almost any MIDI or any lighting console. If I go back, it remembers that. I'm going to go to page 3, and I only have these two up. Everything else is completely off. But again, it's really important because if it resets every time you switch pages, let's say you have your NOs on page 1, right? And you have your Vizzies on page 2. As you jump on page 2 for your Vizzies, with the first mode, your NOs would shut off. Well, duh, you don't want that. So this mode here, you can jump pages without your, and it remembers the settings of your sliders. That's really important, you know, stick with that. So again, that's it for that. That's, I know, a pretty long discussion, a couple little goof-ups on the way because I couldn't remember everything, but I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, please make sure to comment on this video. And again, my name's Arnoldo at Master School Dances with the MIDICON. It's so cool. There's little slides and wheels, and you can holla back. Can't shut this off. This is awkward. At least there's no cat in this video.